there, my name's Andy Young and I'm one of the automotive lecturers down at Unitech in Auckland. And this is the first of many basic skills videos. Now, there's lots of stuff you need to know how to do, the real easy basic things, but if you don't get to grips with that and you don't know how to do it, then the bigger tasks are going to become really impossible for you. So, very simply, I'm going to show you how to use a multimeter. Now, this has got a voltmeter in it. It's got an ammeter in it. It's got a resistance meter in there. It's got all sorts of stuff. You know, it's a clamp type ammeter as well, but it will read voltage, and that's why I'm using it for this, because it does all sorts of stuff. And you know, I found it really useful. It's quite small and compact and fits in my toolkit really well. And I'm going to show you how to take a voltage reading today. On this very short video. I've got a little motorcycle battery here, which I have no idea whether it's charged up or not. It was new in, it was a 4th of 15, so April last year. That was brand new. Probably hasn't been charged up for quite some time. We've moved workshops and all sorts since then, so it gets used for diagnostics work and bits and pieces. Obviously it was bought for a motorcycle and hasn't actually been put in it for some reason. Maybe it's the wrong one. And all we need to do for this is, if you get your voltmeter, and I'll grab another one actually as well, just to show you a comparison. You know, multimeters take all shapes and sizes, and there's another one here, look, that I got from Repco. You might have seen that in some of my other videos. And if we want to use voltage, now car batteries are DC, direct current. So you look on the multimeter and you'll see two V's usually. One has got a little wavy line above it, and one has got the little fixed line and then some dots under it. It's the fixed line with the dots underneath is the direct current, and the wavy line one is, well, that's really for AC. And on cars, you're going to very rarely come across using that. It's more for house stuff and things. Okay, so we're going to click that round to volts. Okay, and you should see that on the screen. Now that's the Repco one. That's what we would select on there. And they're all pretty similar. This one here is a bit more complicated. You see it's got the V for volts. If you look very closely, if you can see that, it's got a straight line and a wavy line together. Now that means it's auto sensing. It will detect whether it's reading an AC or a DC current, which is really cool. It also has an auto scale as well. So not only can it automatically detect whether you're testing AC or DC, it can also give you a scale that's, you know, a reading on the screen that's going to be reasonably accurate, because it's going to choose the right scale for you. So we're going to flick it onto, click onto, oh, one back, onto V. There we go, look. And you'll see it's got on the screen auto. You can see that. Sorry about all the reflections, it's just all the lights. Okay, so we've got auto on the screen. And then what we're going to do is move the camera. All right, so we've got the old multimeter. It's on DC. It's obviously sensed that immediately, and it's given me a millivolt scale, partly because it has no idea what's going on at the moment. So all we need to do is pop the red lead onto positive and the black lead onto negative, and that just gives us a reading. Now it's automatically moved away from the millivolt scale, and it's now on volts, and probably up to 99.99 volts DC, and it's given us a reading of 12.34. Now, given the fact this is a 12 volt battery, doesn't mean it's going to give you 12 volts. No, it's not quite as simple as that. Each cell gives you 2.1 volts. And there's 6 cells in that battery, so that means that a fully charged battery should be somewhere around about 12.6 volts DC. Now we had 12.34. which tells us from that voltage that it's not actually fully charged. It's pretty good, but it's not fully charged. And if you go onto Google, you can Google scales or tables to tell you how to tell how charged up a battery is based on its OCV. That's the voltage we've just taken, open circuit voltage. There's no circuit going on. There's nothing connected to the battery. So the OCV of 12.34 it's around about, I think it's about half charged. But again, I'd check it up, you know, I'd look it up. It's easy. So just Google it. OCV voltage of a battery, state of charge. Very simple. Okay, so I've just shown you how to use a voltmeter. They're really easy. Don't be scared of them. You should obviously go and buy one of these. Not necessarily this particular brand, or this one is really good. It's made by a company called Limit. I've had this for a few months and it's been really good actually. Very, very helpful. It's got lots of other functions on there as well. And yeah, good value for money, but there's heaps of them out there. Just be careful. The less money you spend, and you can buy a multimeter now for like $10–15 New Zealand, the little tiny pocket ones. They're pretty crap, in all honesty. You get what you pay for. It's worthwhile spending 30, 40, 50 bucks. I think the old Repco one here was about 65. I can't remember how much this was actually. Anyway, so if you have any comments on this particular video, please leave them down the bottom. I hope you found this very simple, short video to be helpful on how to take a voltage reading, a DC voltage reading. And that would apply pretty much to any of the wiring on your car that's not part of the fuel injection system or the ignition system. You want to be staying away from those if you don't quite know what you're doing, because you could get a shock or you could damage components. But things like lighting, your tail lights, indicators, headlights, all that kind of stuff, trailer wiring and things, no problems at all. You can use a multimeter for checking all of that. And especially if it's one that has auto scale, that's also helpful. But do make sure that you actually read the units of measurement. If it's in millivolts, just recognize the fact you're actually reading millivolts and not volts. Okay, so there you go, voltage readings, done. My name's Andy Young and I'm one of the automotive lecturers down at Unitec in Auckland, and I hope you found this video helpful. Cheers, thanks for watching.